Yo, welcome back to the Antidote. This is DJ Craftmatic. That's Paulie Dubz.
Hello.
Y'all like, subscribe. Y'all get on that Spotify, bro. We need them streams. They only paying like 0.000 cent. But we'll take that. Yo, so we back this week, man. A lot of interesting things happened this week, but definitely we gonna start off with this music tip. Everybody knows it was the what some people are calling the Instagram festival, aka Coachella. Pretty much the biggest festival though of the year. I mean, arguably outside of like global and EDC and everything like that. You gotta say Coachella is up there. And this year they actually did a pretty damn good job of the actual lineup. I'm very impressed with the lineup that they put together this year. And weekend one just wrapped. And if y'all wasn't paying attention to the YouTube, then you might have missed out some of this shit. I know I did because I had to like work and all kind of shit. But I caught some of it, so it was good. I got to see Gambino. I got to see the Paak set. So yeah, I mean that's what I was looking forward to.
Yeah, they both killed it there. They played a little bit of FKJ set.
FKJ set was live, bro. I'm mad that I missed Ted Al though.
Yeah,
they had to take that off, of course.
Sego came out and joined FKJ for Tadao.
Yeah, that was like the second time they've done that joint together. They haven't done it very often together since they put out the track. So that was pretty big, I guess.
Some of the better hip hop performances of the weekend. Pusha T was pretty dope.
King Push, yeah.
YG was pretty dope. He had a cool little tribute to Nipsey.
He did.
He had like the cartoons. It was like a cartoon of doves flying, and then had like Tupac in a robe.
Yeah, put the robe on him.
And then he put a robe on Nipsey. That was pretty tight.
Yeah. Good look for sharing on that. Shout out to Johnny.
And YG drank allegedly like a whole bottle of tequila during his set. So.
No shit, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder. They was out there shooting. Somebody got shot after his show. Like, God dang, man. Y'all can't even just let Nipsey's whole thing of all this stuff that's happened, and they still shooting, man. It's crazy. Can't leave the gangbanging alone, man. He did play Fuck Donald Trump though, so I mean that's what's up.
Yeah. Kid Cudi performance looked amazing.
Yeah, man. Cudi is a rare gem that we see in this timeline, and a lot of people sleep on Cudi, but I think he's one of the best live performers. I remember catching him at Red Rocks, and I was actually like 5 feet in front of the dude, and that shit was amazing, man. Like Rage on the Rocks, I think that was like 2012 or something like that. It was wild. Damn. Yeah, man. It was right when Man on the Moon came out, and he had all the tracks on there, and yeah, watching that the Reborn performance looked dope, man.
Yeah, I mean the crowd singing along to every word. Reborn and Father Stretch My Hands.
Yeah, Father Stretch My Hands. That's why they needed the Kanye set for real though, because I feel like Kanye is like he's like this new age kind of dude that everybody messes with, regardless of how crazy he is. It doesn't matter. Like his songs have huge impacts because when they played out on them types of sets, it's always going ham. So you can't hate on the man for what he does.
Yeah. So Kanye was supposed to be the headliner, but he said he can't perform on these William Shakespeare era stages anymore, and needed to build him a dome in the middle of the field. And they said, well, we can't do that, bro. So we're just Ariana Grande to replace you real quick.
Number he said, fuck your Leonardo shit in this Renaissance Festival setup. Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah,
Kanye always has to have some extra levels type stuff though. So I mean,
he's always on some other shit. Like,
yeah, real talk.
He's always on the next shit. He don't care. Like by the time he drops something, that's yesterday's shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
He's always on the next, and but he will be kind of performing in Coachella, so. He'll be at week 2. They're going to live stream it Easter Sunday morning, Sunday service live from Coachella. And
yeah, man.
It'll be at the Mountain, which is in the GA camping, where people go watch the sunrises, and that's where they're going to be performing, bringing the whole choir out. If you haven't seen any of these performances or any clips of this, it's pretty amazing. Just the choir, the drums, the way it's kind of set up. the vibes. There's really no preaching. They're just kind of playing religious songs and some of the gospel Kanye songs from his catalog.
Yeah, man. If y'all ain't seen it, the best way to look, I think, is go on IG and go look up the page at Kanye Sunday Services, and they got pretty much every clip that's out there.
Yeah,
and it's all heat, every last bit of it. And yeah, I'm excited for that, actually. Because I'm not going to church on Sunday, but that's the best way I'm gonna get it on that Sunday.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it'll be awesome. I'm sure there may be special appearances. There have been from time to time in the past. They've had Cudi perform with him, so Cudi's at Coachella, so good odds that he might show up there. Tony Williams, I think, is the musical director of the whole.
Yeah, Tony Williams. Yep.
And that the choir is just amazing and next level.
Real talk.
Especially, they've been performing together every week since the beginning of the year. So, and it just sounds better and better every week.
Yeah, so let's talk week one still. With Gambino performing, Gambino to me had the best overall performance of the weekend, for sure. And just because his performance was so powerful, and that's really hard to say because Anderson .Paak is like a true performer.
Mm-hmm.
His performance was also GOAT level status performing, but man, something about Childish Gambino's energy, like he was in the crowd, the way they shot it, it looks so cinematic while you're watching it.
Yeah.
He dedicated part of his set definitely to Nipsey, his pops, to Mac. I thought that was really deep. And then he told everybody to put your damn phones down. I love that part, because that's what most people do all the time at these shows and festivals. They got their phone in their hand and they don't enjoy the moment.
Yeah. And he lit up that blunt, brought it out to the crowd, and he got scared of that kid. They said that kid put that blunt on eBay.
Oh, he put it out and put it on eBay.
He put Childish Gambino Coachella blunt on eBay.
It got Childish Gambino spit all on it. You might get some of his graces if you buy this blunt.
he was hoofing that blunt pretty well. Like, he didn't know if this kid was underage or not. Like, he's like, let me see your ID, man. Like,
right. Motherfucker puts it on eBay, man. All right.
He put it on eBay.
I know somebody's going to buy it. It better be some kill.
That dude hit it like the first time. Like, he didn't know where he was anymore.
It better be some fire too, like for real. If you go to all that.
Oh man, Ludwig just looks like he got that fire, bro.
For real. But the dope part about I think one of the dopest things was at the end of Childish Gambino's set, he premieres his theatrical movie, which people are definitely putting it together or they're saying that it's reminiscent of a mix between like Smooth Criminal and Purple Rain, like at the same time. And I would have to agree definitely that it has the reminiscence of definitely some Purple Rain. Really great project, man. Really great project. Really good movie. Wifey was really upset that Gambino died. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Guava Island. Go watch that shit. Guava Island. If you haven't seen it yet, you're slipping. It should be on YouTube, even though that you can't really find it. It's on Amazon Prime, but you should definitely be able to bootleg it somewhere. Somebody got it bootlegged on YouTube, so go watch it. Guava Island, really good. I thought Rihanna did a really good job of acting. I thought I was going to hear her sing, so I was a little disappointed there. I know that's what you said too. You was like, that's kind of the whole point of having Rihanna on there is to hear her do something, and hopefully a new track. That's what I was really hoping for, was something new. But really, it doesn't matter. He kind of tied in "This Is America" into the movie, and it made sense of the whole song and everything. I thought that was super dope.
The summer EP kind of interspersed in there as well. Summertime.
Yeah, summertime magic, and it feels like summer all mixed in there.
And that new banger, Red's Cargo, is the best cargo.
Yeah, Red's Cargo is the best. Yo, he made that sound so good though. I was like, what the hell? He over here talking about communism and making it sound great.
Fuck yeah,
communism on an island. But man, that was a really powerful like movie though. So I'm like, for 54 minutes, it was captivating from pretty much beginning to end. Paulie, you told me that he recorded it in a month. He got with the Amazon team and put it together in a whole entire month in between solo shows and everything else, and he was able to record this whole 54-minute movie and in that timeline, and I thought that was nuts. Like, because it came out really good.
His brother wrote it, and Hiro Murai directed it.
Yep, and we talked about Hiro a few times on here, so if y'all don't know who he is, and go listen to our past episodes.
And Donald's brother, Stephen Glover, so he wrote the script on this one. They've got a powerful team, and they just keep working and keep putting stuff out there.
Yeah, man, real tough, man. Yeah, so that's really dope shit that happened at Coachella. I mean, outside of that, I think the house set, man, that's what I think they really slept on. That really kind of made me upset is they didn't have enough of like the house shows and stuff being streamed.
No, they only streamed like 30 minutes of Bassnectar set. That Tame Impala set, if you haven't seen any of that, that looked insane.
Tame Impala, already changed lives.
He had like a million lasers.
Yeah,
shit looked crazy.
Gorgon City was probably the only the actual like house music set that was like really recorded like that.
Yeah.
But they, of course, they had Fisher and Chris Lake and a bunch of other hitters out there. So A-Track killed it. Just watching his IG stories was fire. He got to release the he dropped that word. So. Yeah.
Smino set was pretty dope. That was streamed on there. Close Z had a dope set.
The selection set.
Yep.
They had a lot of good sets that I was hoping to actually see out there, though. That was really what I was hoping to see, was more of some of those other side shows that were out there. The smaller stages that still killed. They weren't even that small because they still had like 5,000 people in them bitches at any given time. So, I mean, it's outside of the main stage. I mean, there's still hella people stacked into these shows, man. And I think they really did a good job outside of the Firefest 2.5. Since we talked about Ultra last time, they had a fire also at Coachella the portable washrooms and showers and shit. So, I think all these festivals are catching on fire. Firefest.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy out there, man. Make sure you bring your fire extinguisher.
Yeah. Anytime you go to a festival, bring your fire extinguisher. You might have to wear some firefighter gear. Something. Might get burnt the fuck up.
Stay hydrated.
For real. They are in the desert, so shit. It's dry as shit out there. So Dances with White Girls had the funniest shit on his IG talking about this weekend. He had me dying. Just talking about how he was like the only black dude in all of the house parties, and I believe it though.
Yeah, until Idris Elba
went out and smashed it. Shout out Idris. Idris went ham on the sets as well. A lot of people didn't know that Idris DJ'd, and I'm like, what's wrong with y'all, man?
You seen his new Netflix show?
No, I haven't seen it yet. He has a new show out?
He's got a show on Netflix where he plays a DJ who also needs to be a babysitter part-time.
Oh, shit. No, like I got to check that out.
He'd be like Mr. Belvedere or something to these kids.
I would have to check that out. No, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called, man, but Idris Elba, he plays a DJ / Mr. Belvedere, babysitter, and hero to the kids. I mean, he's a G's out there. People magazine sexiest man alive or whatever.
Yeah, right. 2018 sexiest man. It's like James Bond meets Green Velvet. That's what I saw somebody tweet.
Yeah,
that's pretty dope. That he went out there and even Dancer said that was the most black people he's seen all together at that whole entire festival, and I believe it.
There's gonna be more black people at the Idris Elba DJ set than the Shaq DJ set
for sure. Well, because Shaq's playing dubstep. Fuck out of here. That's like the one genre of music that a black person didn't have anything into it. Actually, they kind of did. It's like
12th Planet kind of.
Yeah, 12th Planet was like actually the OG. Damn, man, fuck. Black people do everything.
Oh yeah, 12th Planet's the man. Shout out to 12th Planet.
Yeah, 12th Planet's the man.
Musical pioneer.
Yeah, he put it on the map for the dub. So yeah, never mind, take that back. And dub started from reggae kind of anyway. So.
And Lil Nas X is coming for everything else.
Yeah, he broke the streaming record from Drake. He
He's going
smashed
for
it. He didn't break it.
everything.
He smashed it. Yeah.
Uh,
and the quote of the week is Casey Musgraves with the country set going back and forth between the crowd. Say when I say ye, y'all say ha, and she fucked that all the way up.
She's like, I didn't fucking say ye.
I didn't fucking say ye. Oh my god, that was like the funniest little quotable from the week.
Oh man,
It's hilarious, man. But as far as for Coachella, like I wanted to get your opinion on this because what I'm seeing a little bit is that it's turning into these festivals are turning so hipster now.
well, yeah. I mean, when Coachella first started, it was like all electronic acts on the main stage and headliners. It was
right,
people like Prodigy, Chemical Brothers, Fatboy Slim running it at the original festival, and now it's completely pop. Like over the last couple of years, I mean, Ariana Grande's, in the Sunday night closing out spot. Like, what do you think it is?
bringing NSYNC and shit without Justin Timberlake, so it's more like just sync. Not
Oh, did you see the disaster of Nicki Minaj and Ariana?
Oh my god, yeah, dude.
Let's talk about that for a second. What a disaster. I mean, I don't know what pills Nicki took this time, but she was on a different song or something.
She was in a totally different area. Like, yeah, messed up the whole song. She wasn't the only one. Billie Eilish did the same thing.
Vince Staples.
Vince Staples too. Forgot all the lyrics.
It was Billie Eilish brought out Vince Staples.
Yeah,
his mic was off. His mic never turned on.
Oh
for
shit!
His verse. So he just comes out and like isn't saying nothing. And Vince probably just upset. Like he just wants
he's back there snapping.
The white he's just like in a crowd of white people. That's why he's mad.
Right. They probably don't know nothing about his words and they can't say nigga. So it doesn't matter because he said it one time. It was a bunch. There was a bunch of like funny outtakes and stuff like that. I mean, but yeah, like you were saying, it's like the festival was. It was always like an exclusive, uppity festival anyway. When we're talking about Coachella, but it's also just going to. It's just looking at the overall scheme of all the festivals of how they're kind of all turned into this hipster movement of these young kids who don't know shit about anything, and their mom probably bought the tickets for them, and it's just hating how it's starting to go. Like I remember festivals. I remember going to South by Southwest, for example, like early 2010, pretty much like the first 3 years of the 2010 decade. I went 3 years in a row, and it was so much more focused on the indie groups, and that's actually where I saw Kendrick Lamar for the first time. And this is right before he popped, but as each year went by, it got more and more mainstream. It got more and more just influenced, and people were talking about it this whole time anyways, laughing at these Instagram influencers because they couldn't get in wherever they thought they could just because they're Instagram and YouTube influencers. And I think that's like fueling all of these festivals, and it's kind of whack, man, because it really changes the whole perspective of what you go to a festival to do. You go to the festival to go experience great live music and live in the moment, and it's no longer about that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's totally commercialized, and that was best, shown with the Colonel Sanders bullshit we talked about last week. And now it's kind of just so saturated that they're all pretty much the same. When I'm looking at Lollapalooza lineup for this year, the headliners are Ariana Grande, Childish Gambino, Tame Impala, Casey Musgraves, Janelle Monáe. These were, it's the same lineup from Coachella. They also have like Flume, the Pole Smokers, and J Balvin.
The Pole Smokers.
The Chain Smokers.
Yeah, we have to clarify that for you listeners. We talk about the Chain Smokers, the fucking terrible group.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you got them headlining your show, I'm not going to be there.
Not going to be there. That's just as bad as having Marshmello or any of those kind of fuckers out there. Yeah, and it's just bad just because, especially with a lot of these guys, I respect a lot of them who are coming up and they actually produce and they give their all, and then you got these shitty artists who keep getting so much of the main stages and all the music we dub as the fluff. it's just not good, and I don't think it's a lasting model at some point, because the indie artists by far are so much better. The Karunga Bin set, bro, watching that clip of them going from one song into Today Was a Good Day, and just vibing out, rocking, like that's the kind of vibe that it needs. Groups like Karunga Bin and anyone like that, Tame Impala,
Squabby.
Yeah, Sun Squab, those kinds of groups are really going to be the reason why festivals will continue to live, is because they do have cult followings who will go, just because, of course, like Sun Squabby sells out Red Rock several times, places like that. And it's like, damn, where is that finding? I think there's no indie rock. Like, I remember indie rock was one of the biggest waves coming into the 2010, and then it fizzled out really quick because everybody got onto the EDM bandwagon and just really left it out. So we forgot about the bands, the indie bands and stuff like that, the people who made these festivals what they are today.
Yeah, it's kind of, the state of rock and roll music in general is kind of sad. It's non-existent. It's all bullshit. Like,
right.
Once you had bands like Nickelback and Coldplay, like they just completely killed that shit.
Nickelback.
Yeah, Maroon 5.
Yeah,
it's all the same kind of shit. Like,
I always laugh at that because I always think of, when I hear Nickelback, I hear Brokeback Mountain. The worst fucking. Oh my god. Oh man, yeah. So hopefully we start to see it change. I did at least like what Coachella was trying to go for. I really do, because they at least switched it up, having like the selection stage and having a bunch of house DJs, especially the fire ones and things like that out there. I think they're trying to get there, but yeah, they got to stay away so much. I think that they have so much appeal for having like an Ariana Grande or somebody there that's why people go. But honestly, I think it's the ones who are kind of in the smaller print that people go for, outside of like Anderson .Paak, of course, who killed it. But even him, he's still kind of building his fan base. A lot of people don't know who Anderson .Paak still is, and they found out this weekend.
Right, exactly. They're not playing him on the radio because every other song is Ariana Grande.
Exactly, because if Twilight's not on the radio here soon, I might revolt. The iHeart might get some angry messages from me on Twitter. I'm gonna act like what's the lady who called the police on the barbecue? Be like her, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on,
right?
Y'all over here fucking up, and I'm calling the police for racial discrimination out here. Because this is good music and y'all are slipping out here. So yeah, it's like I'm really looking forward to it. But weekend two looks pretty good too. I think this is Janelle Monáe this weekend, right?
Yeah, it's the same lineup as weekend one.
Oh, okay, so they're just playing again. All right.
Yeah, it's the same thing except for Kanye Sunday Service. Yeah. Chris Lake gets another set too. He smashed it. So yeah, that's pretty dope. I mean, you get like a week off, or for most of these artists, they're actually just in between doing shows and then turn around and be right back. Smino doing another set out there, Coachella all day. So yeah, I mean, Coachella weekend one, it looked pretty lit. There just looked like a lot of people, but it looked like just a lot of hipster kids standing in the crowd, being hipsters. I mean, that's what they do, and we call them Chads. So, yeah. I guess it's just a crowd of Chads. It is what it is. You probably found some cool people. Chads and Beckys all over the place.
Chads and Beckys. That's for real, man. So, yeah, that's our little review of weekend one. Definitely, if you haven't, if you want to check some of it out, at least try to see some of the sets, maybe discover an artist that you haven't found yet. Definitely check out the live stream that'll be on YouTube, because they'll have it on YouTube next week as well. And you could actually watch all of the pretty much some of the set, not all of the set, but you can at least see 30 minutes or 25 minutes of most people's sets. So I think that's pretty dope that they're at least doing that. That way you can actually check out some of the artists. So do that. If you're not going to do anything, definitely at least do that.